Hi everybody, this is Josh with Josh Wright Piano TV. Today's episode is dedicated to Kuba from Poland, actually. So this is a great honor to do a video for someone from Poland on a piece by Chopin, because I was actually just in Poland a few months ago for a competition back in April. So I loved the country. It was very, very authentic, and it was amazing to see the spirit of the people and how much they love Chopin. It's really an incredible thing to see. Whereas in America, people are worshiping all of these pop icons, which they have value, but I think that the heart of Poland is with Chopin, which is so amazing to see that such an old art, this classical music that's over 200 years old now, celebrating the 200th anniversary now of Chopin, that still burns within them so deeply. And so I hope what I have to say about the revolutionary Etude today is helpful. I haven't played this piece for about 8 years, and I've only taught it maybe in 2 lessons since then. So I hope that my horrible preparation with technique can be overlooked, and you can take the general concepts away from this. So the first thing that Kuba asked me about is these accents in bars 7 and 8. And so I actually don't have them in my version, but there are accents in. I wouldn't worry too much about those. I would really try to express that. Really arrive at there, so start. So, what are we thinking about? First of all, how do we develop this technique? I'm not going to re-explain all these concepts that I've talked about in previous videos, like the rhythms, or, you know, the 4-3-2-1. If you haven't watched these videos, please watch those before asking me technical questions, because so far as technique, I think I've explained so many concepts in my previous videos that we really should be focusing more on the artistry at this point, with the knowledge that hopefully I've been able to share with each of you. If you have clarifications, I'd be happy to answer them, but I'm not going to focus too much on getting this fast or how we can do that. I'm mostly going to focus on the interpretation. So I'd go through and practice to the downbeats. That takes care of the accents. So you can have that ripping effect. So within each of those little things, we're going to want to start big and then give ourselves a little bit of room to then grow. One thing that a lot of people, including myself at one point, think about is they think that if it sounds big, then everything is big. But that's a great illusion a performer can create, is the illusion that everything is big and it's booming, but for some reason it still has this amazing direction and this vibe. Whereas when we go to play it, we're like, okay, this doesn't sound right. I am playing all loud and it sounds terrible. That's because it is terrible. You don't want to be doing that. You want to always be giving direction. So I'd start big. and then back off just slightly, and then maybe give it more direction, and then really come down. Rather than just being all soft, I do. And then on the final time, go all the way to the end. So. Okay, now here I absolutely can't stand it when students don't let your left hand get in the way of your right hand at all. This revolutionary. First of all, people should know that Chopin didn't actually give these names to his pieces. So I believe Hans von Bülow gave the like the Raindrop Prelude or things like that. And I believe he also, he was a wonderful pianist in the 19th century. I believe that he also named the Etudes. I could be wrong on that. If anybody knows, I'd be curious to know who gave the names to the Etudes. I believe it was Hans von Bülow, though. I know he did the Preludes. So, revolutionary, though, even though Chopin didn't name it that. Let's capture that spirit. See, there's no competing with that right hand. I'm creating a very revolutionary or brilliant or dark or thunderous bass. And the way I do that is by creating, don't accent anything besides this low, and always have directions. So don't let notes poke out. That really ruins it. Or also, if you just are stagnant with everything. It's horrible. Always. And that may even be too much on this one. So. The next thing, always voice your tops, because for some reason with the physics of how piano works, an octave, they carry something to do with the sound waves. If you play them evenly, it makes the sound very dead, but if you voice, it's a very slight difference. It's hard to hear just isolating it like that, but this versus, you can really hear those tops. Even on that soft one. We don't want that. We want to hear it. So always focus on your direction, focus on voicing the tops, and then also always look at the bigger scheme of things. And how you can relate those to make them longer phrases. Always elongating phrases is absolutely essential in Chopin's music. I hope this has been helpful. Again, please excuse the lack of preparation with technique. I have a lot of concerts coming up, and this isn't in the repertoire, so I've been working more on those. But I hope this is the concepts that I presented can be of help to anybody studying this piece. If anybody has questions, my email is josh@joshwrightpiano.com. I'd be happy to clarify anything from this video or from any other questions you might have about piano, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for joining me.